Is how bad do they want it? Are they willing to literally take out their brother to deny their shot at Berlin? We're going to find out now. Match 15.
There's two things you can take from this one. First of all, the money. Okay, it's there. It's nice. Your top teams, they don't give a damn about that. They care about top 3. We've only got 3 tickets to Berlin. And just as a really quick shout to the European team before we do get stuck into this one, no matter what 3 teams step away from this event after 15 games is all said and done, you can damn well guarantee that Europe is sending out 3 absolutely beast mode, fantastic, incredible set of teams to fight for that $2 million. Let's see if anyone changes thing. Okay, first thing we notice, Faze, they're going home. The safe, usual position. Liquid, however, they've extended a little bit later. James is there on his own, potentially may have someone else next to him. But we do see an overextension here from Team Liquid. They'll send 2 players a little bit further afield. Okay, they might just do the usual thing, look for the vehicles. At the moment, everything's looking fine and dandy. Knights in the usual place. Singularity, usual place. Elgiganten, usual. Everyone. We might not have a hot drop situation here. We might just have a standard game. Happy days. Let's see how it plays out.
And for me, that's a poor move from FaZe. I'm sorry. You've got to be willing to go for something more than normal, whether you want to go to Mill to loot up and then take a gatekeeping fight, or maybe, I guess, make it tricky for Liquid to exit. That's the next thing in line, but you cannot just play your normal game here. It's not enough. I'm sorry, you can't depend on another team to take out the opponents. Simple as that.
So the bigger question is, do they screw them on the rotation? Look at that circle. There's now room to do it.
Position.
There's room to do it. You can sit on the edge there. You could go somewhere like Ruins. You could even sit at the top ass end of Pachinki if you really wanted to. You got that little just to the north of it. There's like a really nice ridge with the buildings below it. There is capacity to maybe try and hang around there. You could try and hang around Potato area on the top of the hill, Pachinki Hill, whatever you want to call it. Liquid, they're safe, they're happy. Business as usual. Faze, business as usual. Okay, if you are just joining us, welcome along. This is the grand finals. Grab your phone, grab your computer, tweet the stream. Use the hashtag PGI2018. This is it. After this, we will be sending 3 teams to Berlin to play for their share of $2 million freaking dollars. That's a lot of money. The bigger story is FaZe, one of the best teams in the world right now. They are 400 points short of those plane tickets. They need to deny Liquid. In order for this to work, Liquid have got to be going out somewhere, for me, best guesstimate, below 15th.
Yes.
Meanwhile, FaZe, you can't settle for any less. They need the chicken dinner.
Now that storyline we can come back to if we see something indicating that now becomes a thing. Until that point, we will continue as we are. The current leaders of the fray who've been looking very good throughout this have been WTSG. They have been phenomenal. They have shown resilience and brilliance throughout this day 1 and 2. It looked like Liquid had locked it in, but no. They showed up and they brought a lot of fire. They got themselves close to that scoreboard and then pushed even further today. Grew Up Esports, I think, have been a highlight to me throughout this tournament as well. They've been good. They've got a great circle here as well. This is playing very nicely to them. Outside of that, though, Method have been a storyline of someone who slipped and dropped the ball. I don't know how you've had a terrible issue where whatever happened to you. But Method have dropped the ball here. And I think you could see in the last game they were trying to make up for it. You could see that they were being very aggressive about approaches. And it didn't really work out. They got outdone by Alliance in a bit of just a split off a solid position. And it's a little bit of a shame to see Method kind of just slipping away a bit there, because they were very much within that top 3.
Yeah, they were. I think at one point they were second place around this weekend, and then they were chilling around coming into today around they were top 4. They're in 4th place, but so far, I don't want to start going in and accusing the faults that lie there, but you have to ask: is it the decision making? Is it the communication slightly when they pushed Alliance? I mean, generally speaking, all right, you need that position, but pushing a compound like that and not having the R side of it covered. For someone just to walk out the back, flank them, and open the door, then we saw them just moving in reels with that UMP. There are going to be questions within that roster. For now, it's a battle for placement for them. Jump up, try and get some money in the bank. Again, I don't want to say they couldn't make it to Berlin. It's looking highly unlikely. They need everybody at the top to crumble down in bottom place. And they need a win themselves. So still everything to play for all these teams here. No one's going to take this as a joke. There's still a hell of a lot of money on the line. But again, everyone's now banking on the edge there. We see quite a lot of teams still chilling. Few of them are going to be on the move early. Back to Zharki. They've got vehicles. They're going for it. Liquid, they've got the vehicles. They're moving out of Yasnaya. They have to be careful of Alliance up there. We do have Welcome to South George. Lo and behold, where they are. They're in South George waiting. Yannick finds somebody from IB. UMP at this range with a red dot. That's be a kill confirmed in my eyes.
Izako Boars have been very good at catching people on rotation, so this would be a bit of a 180. Perfect range here, leading the shot well, claims the kill, but the trade could come through if the teammate spins around. Look at the map right now, they are considering that. They do get the confirmed kill, but you're going to hear that, oh, you're going to hear it now. Yannick's in a bit of trouble. Don't know what sort of gear he's got, but he took a bit of damage off that one to say the very least, so probably level 1 if anything. That smoke didn't seem ideal either, and there's 2 people watching this angle. You know you're in trouble now. The damage coming through looks like he has almost no armor. He's gone for that quick rush somewhere with the UMP, and was this 1 kill worth it? Don't know.
You heard the grenade go off, you heard the ringing in the ears, it did its damage. 3.5 meter kill box on those nades. You can see how it's just ripped his health bar down to about 20%. And all he's got is bandages and a couple of stims. They're going out on the wide flank. I saw one of the players' arms up in the air, which suggests that one of IB may have another grenade. They'll be lobbing that one through. Just keep an eye on it, either that or the bandaging themselves. Ghoster on the rock, 2 versus 1. I mean, this should be, unless they...
It's a matter of time.
Unless they really drop the ball here.
It'd be really hard to dribble this much.
Unless Texas wants to get involved. Morning, lad, and there he is himself.
He's not sticking around. Get out of there. Yeah, and trying to use the time to go now. It's a nice idea, but actually look at Blank and look at WTSG. What's going on here? Gaxie's just been caught out.
Yeah, so he's been knocked off the back there by one of them, and then the other one's followed through. That's going to be a rotational kill. This one's going to be still here. Finds him. 1 tap. M16 red dot. Bomb for Yannick's down, and that's him dead as far as I'm concerned. Rogue won't go overextend into that one.
Have lost out on 8C very early on. He's not been confirmed dead yet, but that's a big pickup.
It is. It is. Everyone seems to be having a bit of a nightmare on rotation. We've already lost 3. Bullets still going off. And again, that's an M24 on the back of Andy Pyro here. Needs to find some faces. He's got to open a gap here in order to save them. The smokes are there, but so are the grenades. Chris is 50% HP. Takes down Andy. This is not good. 2 members of Method. A 3rd grenade's going through as well. That's a Gilly Boy in the back form. Chris, my man, run for your bleeding life.
I don't think this is it. I think Method might be the first to actually go down here. Chris trying to hold on, but he gets found. Where's Moleman in all this? Is he out on his own? Is he trying to just keep position? That might be the case, because this is a 3-man pickup here, and it looks as though one of those kills just got stolen. Yeah, Moleman's like, nah, I'm out. Bye.
That feels bad. Oh, Method. What has happened this weekend? 3 players, back to back, dead. It's it, Andy and Chris, and the level 3 crit they picked up just outside of Pachinki. I saw the Gilly, so I saw the big boy gun, all the level 3 gear. They've been getting the crates, but they've just not been coming up trumps with the placement. Now, Moleman, unfortunately, he's running into flames.
If he can stay alive. Outside that, Liquid going through a very busy area. Faze late to rotation from the east, working their way through. Penta on the south coast, and everyone else is just trying to find those very central areas.
Everyone's hoping it goes centre. Now, obviously, we do have water involved here, so you would bank on it. If this hard shifts either to the east or up to the north, there's very open areas. I'm intrigued to see where Faze stays. We do have Alliance who need to make their way to it. They look like they're going to take this one wide, swing it around.
Catching rotations again. Their position has been superb thus far to catch people out. Now, we saw a couple of shots coming through. I'm wondering if Faze maybe adjust then accordingly. Are they back on 2 players on 1 bike again?
Little Jempty. He's always the man that'll happily die. Like, in terms of to save the rest of his team. Yeah. You see it all the time. In DreamHack qualifiers, I think 4 games out of 4 he died first, basically. But it's rather let him die than the entire team die. I'm okay with that. And you can see what Faze are doing. They're dropping players off and dotting them around certain areas. Jempty's popped off Mexit. He'll probably say, okay, boys, now move in. I've got us some prime position here. Jempty's going to go look further afield. Meanwhile, you can just watch this the map that was there, and just watch all the bullet markers, the hit markers, everything go down to see who's tagging who. Jeems with the silenced SKS.
It's a big old lead on that shot, Jeems. Ambitious, I like it. SKS with a vert grip, always perfect. really bounces well, but Gemty could be in trouble here. You can see the players up on the hill, and he's been spotted out. Gemty needs to be very careful. This could be Faze falling apart at the seams. Losing out on one at this point is not good, and yeah, he's off ski.
Bye.
Nah, I'll go somewhere else. No, thank you very much. Fire comes in, though. A couple of those bullets, if they found their place, he could be in real trouble.
His gear's not great as well.
No, level 1s.
Level 1s is no good. It's not good at all. Another member of Faze does back off from this one, so they will try and find footing elsewhere. Singularity yet to make their mark, and still I do see a team out on the opposing bridge. They've been spotted though. Wizards are in the compound perpendicular to them, and that's an M24 on the back, staring down the barrel. Except in the rest of the Faze, they want to overextend. Fair play to them. You might as well not just sit there, because if one of you dies, you're all going to die. This circle don't go their way. They have to move forward. Liquid just at the bottom of Everest, Georgia Paul Hill, whatever you want to call it. IB, though. These boys are aggressive in the fancy.
Faze don't know that they're here, and it looks like the Boars might have a good idea. I don't know if they saw the cars go up here, but
look at this gear.
This
I mean, it's a level
could
3,
be
but
it.
they're all rocking level 1 helmets. The helmets are better than the best.
They've got Gemty split off on their own, but this could be 3 players going down. The high ground will be going towards the Boars. We'll see who gets that line of sight first. Surely Hexetti is going to spot this player now. I think a tag's just come towards them, so the calls can be made. Hexetti now, you can see him swinging to attention. You've got to be really careful on these angles. Fire comes through. Fuzzface finds one, but they need more than just that. Hexetti right on the ball, though, chasing him down with the AK in hand. 18 bullets left to be put to play as waiting on the next peak to come through. Ghoster holds it up steady. Good angle. Needs the follow-up. Doesn't get it. Gets knocked down. Where's the support? Where's the next player? He's there. It's Fuzzface in support. The revive will come in and Faze stay alive. This is kills. This is good news for them. But they still need that placement, and they need Liquid to not be in this.
Was that all of IB? Back to back? We just
It
lost
looks
the
like
team.
it,
I'm
yeah,
assuming
19.
they're all dead.
Yep.
So, Faze, they claim first blood and knock one team out of Erangel. The circle.
It's south.
It is, and it's pretty much gone on the main-headed players, so you wouldn't massively see huge rotations here, but look at that northern side, Lauren.
This is what I want to see. If we get that on the overview map, you know that nice aerial view we had before, I want to see Liquid's route through all of those players towards that kind of,
it's a maze.
I guess, Gatka's side. I want to see how close they are. They are going to go very far south, though, so those rotations might look compact for now. But I think once we see where they settle, it could be interesting. Now, again, eyes towards the east and the north. That's where the 2 teams that could maybe push each other out of this one currently reside. But beyond that, that central area is already locked out. You can see this now. Liquid have 1, 2, 3, potentially 4 teams to move past. And most of that central area east of the mine sort of area is locked in. That's not really that available. Most of the compounds are taken, as well as the high ground.
Gemty's got to be careful, because we've just seen Moonwolf come across the bridge. They've finally got over from the side of Military Island, or Sosnovka Island, should I say, from Millie side. They're on the opposing side of the road. They are inside the circle, so they can chill for now. Faze have a lot of They have a nice little area, but here comes the crash.
Crazy caged man needs some help here in the background. A couple of shots have come through already. The Knights have chimed in with 1. That's Grubsy down. Crazy caged man turns around, needs to be careful. Doors open. Oh, he's been caught so badly. He's bleeding by the wayside, and he knows he's in trouble. Tries to spray him with that UMP, but it is not good enough.
Hey, that's nice though.
Yeah, he gets humbled here. He can't get in for this one. And actually, in the back line's one of the players just picked up one of the others. This is huge. They're putting up a fight here, Rich.
There's several other teams that want to get involved in this as well. You can see Fake in the back lines, does knock out one. So, third-party system in the distance does at least eliminate one for now. Rafi down, he's bleeding. We can see Flames over in the distance, but still plenty of room between these 2 teams. One on the opposing side as well. Iron sights for both these players inside, Walter and Rolzer. Hanging on for dear life. 2 versus 4, no scopes, all iron sights, all 45 ammunition. I mean, don't get me wrong, the Tommy and the Vector, they're strong, but 45 against 4 boys, it's not going to be easy.
No, it's not, and especially with those meds. Got a couple of bandies to go through, but beyond that, you're suffering. But the angle he's peeking is actually really nice.
Yeah.
It's basically a headshot angle, and especially with the Vector, if you think about the rate of fire, it can shred you, but you don't have that sustain, and this is beautiful work.
Oh my
Gonna get into the compound by utilizing the window. You can get into this. It's actually a bit of a tricky angle, and you're seeing as to why. Very hard to actually get into that window perfectly, especially without the ability to jump like you used to. We'll see if he can work it out. Oh, again, it's a nice idea, very hard to work out, but the compound has been breached regardless, and it looks like Atlantis have sunk under the pressure.
Another team falls here in game 15. 67 players remaining. Blank and Alliance could be seeing each other. Right-hand side, has he seen them? That's T-Bone. Scar, Flash Hider on top, red dot. Easy open,
That
so
UMP, hello, what is that sort of power on that?
9 mil up close and personal is disgusting. Again, it's because it's got 120% damage multiplier on all your limbs, so you can just spray into somebody, and 9 times out of 10, you're gonna annihilate them, just rip them apart. They take one, they back off. I like the play. Don't get greedy, stay alive. It's good work.
It really is. Let's, again, check in on the teams we need to keep eyes on. FaZe and Liquid very far away from each other. Liquid looking pretty unscathed. WTSG are not far, but it's far enough that they do not force fights. You're looking, I guess, towards that south where we are right now. Again, these compounds do have the surrounding hills that kind of isolate them from each other, deny a little line of sight. So they're in somewhat safe position, and I say somewhat because, of course, it can all spiral. We're waiting on that next circle to see where it hits and where it pushes these teams.
The telltale story is this circle. It all comes down to where does it swing? Where does she go? Look at Liquid. They're already in vehicles. They keep doing this game after game. They're ready for it. And it moves. Some of your big bad boy teams, Liquid have got to move. FaZe have got to move. Gemty's already there. Moonwolf, they've gone ahead of the curve, actually. So have Penta. They're sighting compounds. They're ready to receive this one. This could go all the way
FaZe
down to the quarry.
They're going right towards Moonwolf. You have Gemty going in as your scout. Keep your eyes on that kill feed. If that comes through, you're going to see that being a factor. Liquid are going on the white swing. They're going to take the blue damage for the sake of it. Moonwolf do open up very early on, so it does give away the... Oh! Gemty's gone down! He's been knocked! They get the tire out! That's huge! Moonwolf might have been the unraveling of at least some part of FaZe here, and Gemty's kill has been confirmed. And now FaZe know that is a compound we cannot go towards. You can see the adjustment instantly.
Everyone's driving into him.
Now they have more players on the back. Robin's not far from this. Wizards coming round as well. FaZe are in trouble. They're on the run here, looking for some respite, looking for a compound. Fire begins to shoot up from every single angle, and FaZe trying to get away, trying to get out of dodge.
Bullets will come their way. They do have the long woods. Elgiganten Blaze in the kill feed. Smashes Freds. That's going to be a grenade in hand now. Mexi. Head of the pack here for FaZe, but look who's right behind them. Back to Zharki. They're going to hit them in the same spot. Moonwolf know they're coming. The tap fire will go down. The vehicles will be weak. This could be an interesting battle. Do FaZe? They do. They crash into one another. So Mexi, he'll give the information here. Fon's already tanked up from that early engagement from Moonwolf inside of the compound. Where have Liquid gone? Liquid have gone into the blue. Jeems has already took the yellows. They are taking this safe and sound. They'd rather just take the damage from the blue and approach when everyone else has buggered off. I mean, fair play to them. Stay alive.
Yeah, they know what they need to do here, Liquid. They are playing a smart man's game. If you want a thinking man's team, there they are. Simple as that. They've played a good game so far, assuming that they don't die to the blue, which would be hilarious, but also terrible. Beyond that, they should be... They're perfectly fine. They're fully stinned up, so they are on the go. They're just being very cautious, and I appreciate that. Redzone being tempered early there. Frost being found. Now, they did have one player a little further forward that I thought might have had an angle on this, but that doesn't seem to be the case. And Texas, we know he can be a fragger, but he hasn't really been the one lighting up the scoreboard here. It looks like Liquid have found... Oh.
Everything's fine.
Everything's fine. Up here. It's actually not a bad spot at all. It's pretty absent of players, so this is really good news for them. Another hill that is not absent of players is this one. Knights and Redzone are battering each other, and look at Blank wanting these kills. They're getting the points for this, Rich.
Stepped in, stole it. 15 points go their way in fair play. They're playing for money at this point. Try and steal as many as you can. Molman all the way up north. He's actually going into the blue. He's going to take a wander. Elgiganten catching the ass of Gavran. He's just waiting to kind of show a bit more body. Try and put one of the 5.56 between it. It does score ahead. The tap's there, so he moves forward, and now they have the information. He's still going to step though, and he's actually getting damaged, so that's a limb shot straight on the foot there. I'd back off from this one personally. You don't have much covering. You've also got another team behind you. This is going to get real nasty really fast. 2 players remaining here for Redzone, having a mare of a game 15.
It's not going pretty for them, is it? Outside of that, though.
FaZe are happy. Alliance are happy. Singularity are happy. They're all central.
I wouldn't say happy. You've got Singularity pretty close by to FaZe. They'll be forced around on that side, depending on how the circle hits. The one thing with the quarry... I say mine, excuse me, quarry. The thing is that it's really polarizing. You can't traverse it as easy. So if the circle becomes defining on it...
Oh, boy. You said it. You had to say it, Lauren.
It's really... So if we can get that aerial view or a way to show the terrain in this, I'm pretty sure everyone who plays this knows this by now, but it's very polarizing in the fact that you can't just instantly get from one side to the other. You can't just run up one side of these hills. It's very tricky. So teams are going to move early. They know they need to get a nice jump off position that allows you a way to not just be, I guess, caught in one spot. Now, the Flames have found a bit of cover, but I don't know how long that's going to last for here.
We need to get this fight. Liquid and Blank are about to hit one another on the opposing side of the quarry. They're both pulled up almost directly on the opposing sides. Everyone now just going for the quarry. As Lauren mentioned, it's an edge man's game. You can't go deep inside the quarry because you're all just playing an uphill battle. Some of these certain areas, you literally can't run up. You just get smashed away. Blank have been pushed back for now, but WTSG, they're also moving into...
Liquid.
They are. This is a three-way fight. Singularity have stepped up. Liquid's involved in everything.
But the cover here is still important. There's I think that's just off the back of the kind of swampy area for WTSG that runs up that side. So you have a bit of, I guess, low foliage sort of thing that kind of denies line of sight. So you can see that WTSG can move through this area to a degree, but Alliance, hello, that's going to be Texas gone. Say goodbye to him. Already Sigsy there, going to putting up numbers, but we are still with 18 teams alive. This could still fall apart, but look how close these teams are getting here. They're right on the verge. You have two teams breaching just one. Redzone are in so much trouble.
I'm looking on the map as well. Looks like Faze are going to be coming into the cosh from behind, back to Zharki. They did get the position behind them. Molman now just trying to stay alive and creep Liquid up the ranking board as much as he humanly can. Wizards go down. Kramer and Voxic though, that's faced with a double grenade. That's big. The Knights, they're in trouble. I don't know who they lost earlier on. Molman's out, so all of a sudden Voxic's dead and gone. We've just lost Method in, I think that was 18th place. Gavron, he's gone, 17th place. All these solo players, they're now just falling bit by bit. We're losing players left, right, centre. Drayden, he's running for dear life. That UAZ is tanked up. Can they get this kill? Going down so early would be massive for everybody else who's trying to chase the Knights.
Yeah, this is getting scary. Alliance now
It's
open
weak.
up
He's
towards
gone.
him. He can't stay alive. The UMP will find it, but there were so many bullets in the side of that UAZ. Now, we are going to be seeing a little bit more of a battle on the side of this hill. I love this area. The terrain is so good to watch these fights go down in. We'll see who can keep control of these angles. The hills are still so dominant as a position. But again, Elgiganten have to be very careful. You've got teams very close by, some swinging in on that low push to come through.
But all these fights, Lauren, they're not the top teams. They're not your first, second, third and fourth. These are all smaller teams fighting for money below. Fair enough, they're fighting for placement. But the slightly larger story is Liquid. They were on the verge of not going to Berlin. They're still alive. They're in the top 15th now. And they've got all four players. They don't have any kills, but who gives a damn? They're playing for placement.
But WTSG are hearing all these shots. They know where they are. They can work this out.
It's a great spot, though, for Liquid, taking the radio
nice.
station above it, because they can just literally play off of the terrain, really.
I would have liked them to play it in time with... Wait, hold
Fuzz.
on. We've seen Fuzzface go down. We need to keep on board with Faze. If they go down now, this is going to be the end of them. We are going to be keeping track of that in the back of our minds. But Big Gut here is getting a couple of shots towards Elgiganten. I don't know where that shot towards Fuzzface came from, but it certainly did land.
It's back to Zharki. They're all the way back behind them, to be honest with you. They flanked all the way on the beachhead. They also had the Org, so they've picked up a crate somehow. Faze is now becoming under fire. I'm watching for that kill feed. I can see it on the map that Fuzz is getting battered.
Fuzzface is down.
There we go. So, two players, Haxete and Mexi.
But look, WTSG are moving in towards Liquid as well. We need to pick a fight here. It looks like this could be Faze done for as well. If this continues to move, can we make sure we keep tabs on Liquid being enclosed on as well? Look at this. Look how close they are as well. They may not engage here, but they might have a little bit of a glimpse. It looks like Scoom spotted one, and we are going to be seeing a bit of a battle go down towards both of them. It looks like maybe a couple of shots came through that side. Lockwood, we know he's a big player right now. He's going to be finding a couple of kills, pressuring the teams on the outskirts. They hold the line of the circle here, Blank, in a good position. Wizards being confirmed they are in trouble, and they are done for. But no, Liquid have turned the fight. WTSG, they're taking the fight on them right now. They're pushing back on towards it. They've got the high ground here. They're looking down on towards them. Jeem spots down Miraku, but I'm not sure if they're going to be able to get these kills, but the circle doesn't force them any further forward. It's just a really uncomfortable spot for both of these sides. Surely if you're WTSG, you back off of this. You find a new way forward. Grow up or off to your other side. Sure, that's annoying, but Liquid are playing for position here. They do not want this fight right now.
The longer they stay here, the worse it gets, because UP and Singularity are also banking on the edge of the circle. The longer that WTSG is kept here, the less options, should I say, they have.
Rogue.
That's a ding. Headshot. Maraku on the back. Oh, that's a belter of a shot from Santi. That really makes things difficult.
Faze are in trouble. They're out of options. They're just trying to Hail Mary in.
No!
There goes Haxetti. This could be Berlin slipping through their fingers here. They have one man left standing. Faze are falling as we speak. It's Merxy left alive. Pretty much there's no chance there's a revive coming out of that one. Rogue are going right past him, and this could be it. This could be the end of Faze trying to get there. It was a brilliant run back, but I don't see them doing it anymore.
He's got 2 teams directly in front of him. We're still looking at Sigsy. He's already... And he's got him. No, that's Sigsy's kill. Okay, so we only have one more player. Backline. Can they finish it? They can. Mexy's gone. Faze. You tried your hats out, gentlemen, but 11th place is where you find yourself in game number 15.
And I'm sorry to say it, at the start of the game we wanted to see them hot drop, do something different, try and bring a bit of a new look to it, and they didn't do it, and they get punished. Now Liquid stand, and all they have to do is get a solid end to this, and you can imagine it's them going to Berlin.
I've just seen Maraku die, so that's only 2 players from WTSG. The Knights went earlier on, so... Excuse me, Liquid's laughing here. They just need to keep getting kills. They've got 4 players. Fon and Diax. 1, 2, 3 members of Penta. Excuse me, 2. That is 3 now. Penta fall into the kosh here in the back lines. They need as many points as they can. Tap, tap, tap. The AKM and the 2 times. Looking down the scope, the smoke's there, but they know exactly where they are. I think that's all of Rogue just gone down and dead. I literally think Alliance have just battered them.
Wouldn't be surprised. We're down to 9 teams, Rich, and here come the shots back towards them, though. Singularity laying in fire from afar, but you're going to see teams now trying to encroach on each other. There's very little viable ground left, and a lot of these teams will be pushing forward. This is what I mean by the likes of Penta being stuck in this sort of spot, because you can't traverse up that hill. It means troubling times. It's very tough. Moonwolf trying to get in there. You had that on single fire, and it was awkward for a second, but you made up for it. It's fine. I'm not sure if you even got that kill in the end.
All quiet before the storm. The quarry lingering in the distance. This is where the circle might go towards. We'll see it any second, but further afield, Dave. The crazy cracking off here with the AKM. Tap, tap, tap. 15 points in the bag. Headshot seals the fate. The circle updates, and she swings just to the east of the quarry. And look who are the gatekeepers to hell, Team Liquid.
Yeah, this is fun now because you do not have time to run that southern side unless you want to take a lot of damage from the blue. So WTSG have to get past Liquid or hope that Liquid move early. But Singularity from afar, that's a shot and a half coming through. So knocking out Dave the Crazy, who was cracking off those shots earlier. Was a bit on the receiving end this time. Confirmed that Penta are indeed done for. Moonwolf came in and just claimed a couple of those kills. And you're seeing how polarizing this can be now.
You know what's amazing? Liquid are actually not... They're moving out further. They want to take out WTSG and completely deny. Okay, they have AB in the back foot. He's going to overextend and go a little bit further out into the white. See if we can get eyes on Larson. They know exactly where they're lingering. And this is what I said before. The more pressure they apply to WTSG, the harder they make it in the long run. UP have also got to make a way into this.
Grow up are right on the heels of this. And actually with Jump Away finding a shot on Ibby, this opens up huge movements available to the others. If they know it's Liquid there, because you've seen the kill feed a little while, they can then bounce off the back of this, especially if you're WTSG, because you've seen them firing at you, you've seen that one player get knocked. You're trying to piece this together in your head as to who's in what position. Now Liquid can get the revive, but that could be a helmet gone, or maybe Grow Up can actually pounce on towards WTSG. They could be a huge spoiler to all this fight, because Liquid still hold the high ground here. Let's see what angles they can find. James does catch out Larson, confirms it as well. He's not going to go down lightly as Christ now works his way forward, trying to find a bit of a spot here. Careful, Scoom. You do not want to slip and fall down there. That could be the death of all of you.
2 kills in the bag. All right, they've had 1 knock in the form of Ibby, but still all 4 up. Here comes the push from UP. Everyone be hearing this one. 1 member remaining from WTSG has to make their move. That's bad in the back. I mean, what? They should. This is their hill, this is their house, this is their game to lose, essentially. There is an AWM in play. Let's see if Blake game that causes
look at
any
this
problems.
Rod. He's going to be getting the fight going, but he's got tagged up. He knows there's another player from Grove, but no helmet! The punish in the shot was excellent, but the punish from above is even better. Liquid dominate that side of the map, and it's all theirs. 3 kills is all they needed to confirm it, but they move on as the squad that they are. That looks like 3rd place going through to Berlin is now theirs, assuming that nothing goes terribly wrong. Welcome to South George, bow out, but they were looking really solid in this. Blank still up for a fight. Singularity still being a real nuisance to the likes of Moonwolf down below, but again, these teams are fighting tooth and nail still.
Liquid taking some fire from further afield, directly on the opposing side. 1 member of Singularity. He's on his own, he's directly centre near enough on the circle, but this fight over here, Trashed of, wants to prove that he's naming it wrong, and he's not trash at all. He got the DP in hand, trying to find more. There is blood below him, but can he find the bodies? Robbins. They did damage to Faze earlier on, but he's trapped out in the blue, and that's going to start to tank away. As soon as he makes his mark, he can just try and heal for placement here. Moonwolf, they also may begin to take damage, but look at Calvin Klein holding this angle. 3 players still alive for Singularity. Can they get themselves some cash by jumping up into second? They've got plenty of players and they've got plenty of tools to do the job.
I wouldn't be surprised. The position's good. This swings it east. This is nice for Liquid. They can roll off that hill and still have some position. Blank standing their way, though. But with Alliance chiming in the background, that bodes well. T-Bone, that's a player you want doing well, but he's been quiet this tournament. A bit of an MVP we saw coming into this, but haven't seen him kind of perform to that standard that we expect. But Liquid on the move. You know, seeing the kill feed that they saw Faze go down, they're feeling the game now. Why not put on a show? Put us something to see here. We'll see what they can do against Blank, who do have a nice gun in there. I see an M24 in the hands. That could be a big bit of impact coming out, but for now, Singularity have a nice position in the fact they have one man safe towards the very center of this. Jeems playing the low ground on the low swing. Contact's made. Ibby finds Jamb away, but the push continues. Jeems wants to get into this. If you had a nade, you know he'd be chucking that. Probably doesn't have one. Lockwood, we've said a lot about this young man. Can he deliver?
Ow,
Pressured.
ow,
Look
ow.
at the angles from Liquid. Left, right, center. It's covered. You ain't getting away from that. Jeems still on the push as well, going deep on the flank. But it looks like Blank are done for. You've got one man still alive. He's holding the very back line, and I do not see him living for long. You've got the dastardly duo of a squad working together. Contact spotted. Jeems with a kill. It's going to be Liquid pushing further and further forward, claiming better stake to this one.
Jeems with the nail smashes it in the coffin there. We lose another team. We're down to 5. Make that 4. Robbins does at least stay alive for some placement. Healing out in the blue. 11 players remaining. All 4 still alive for Team Liquid. 6 kills in the bag. These boys are feeling it, and they fancy a win on Game 15 Championship Sunday. What a way to step it up. This is Liquid at its finest.
Samty with the shots coming through, gets the tag, not going to get the frag, it's Veezy there, going to be getting it for Alliance, still alive. Samty do not overstep here. Alliance still fighting out whatever they can, but the circle is very good for Liquid. We'll see what the next one brings forward. And you can see Helmet's still in place for the vast majority of Liquid, 6 times up on that. Angle spotted, good tag. Didn't get much from it, however. We still see, as you said, 4 teams alive, 10 players.
For the Storm. Initial poke comes out, wash out, sees it through, trashed up. 15 points there for Moonwolf. It's just going to smash it a bit now. See you later, friend. 3rd place.
3 teams standing now.
Granted to Singularity Alliance. They do have 3. They could play spoiler here if they really want to. They are teetering on the edge. Liquid has the high ground. Everyone has to come out from their little hidey holes now. And it shrinks, goes their way, and they're on the move already. They could really get ahead of the game here, Lauren.
They could, but it's really good denial for line of sight from Alliance, even though the high ground does give you a little bit of a view to be had. Singularity will be playing this as late as they can. They want the fight from the other teams to come through. Really nice split position from Viazi here, be able to spot up towards the hills. Liquid have that rock to work off the back of, but you can see Alliance can work their way forward using these buildings. But again, you want that knock to really kind of give yourself that launch pad forward. Ibby here trying to find a way, trying to find a little bit of a defilade, but again, you're worried. Where's that 3rd team? We know, okay, there's a team here. That's probably one. There's, you know, they've got decent positions. You've called out how many you've seen. Where's that other member? Where's that other player?
In your mind, though, if you're Team Liquid now, you know, 8 players remaining, you know you control 50% of that. This is, going into this, I didn't realize Alliance actually have 11 kills. That's pretty...
They played very well.
That's pretty massive.
This
Whips out the
is when you
SKS.
need
That's
that.
a quick scope and a half.
Big
This puts
denial.
pressure on them because it's going to damage them. That blue's moving.
That's time to move now for the rest of Liquid. Attack
YOLO.
like that, it means you now move. It forces them off a peeking angle. That nade,
Imagine.
it's big. Sigsy, move away! Easy was so close, but the smokes are up. It's time to move into that circle. Alliance a little late on the push now because of this long range battling from Liquid. It was excellent from them. And now Jeems strikes down Veezy. This is great from them. They've got men pushing forward into the new circle, covering off of that as they go. And keep in mind, Liquid were never even meant to be here. They were never meant to be on this stage. And look what happens once they get here. Jeems, he's got a fire under him. Singularity's position now somewhat noted because of the smoke, but Sigsy makes it to cover. Into the hunt we go. Fire comes in. Jeems wants this. Gonna make the call, but he's got to be careful. Hits the deck instantly. He knows Alliance will take that chance to fire back into him. But this is a stalemate. This is a hard predicament now.
Still 8 players alive as we go through to what could be the final circle. They know exactly where Tao's ear is. He's going to be all stimmed up. Alliance are looking uphill. You've seen what Liquid have been doing, though. They've been getting knock, moving up. We're getting knock, moving up. Alliance, they're all tanked up. They're going to be in danger. I'm probably going to see helmets off of them A couple of YOLO grenades will go through. See if we can get an early pick. Just something.
James, he's going. I love this.
He's
Look
aggressive,
at this
isn't he?
player.
A bit of fun.
You're feeling the game now. You have 50 seconds, and he's holding the center of the circle, essentially. Liquid know that they have Alliance on the ropes here, but that Singularity player could still be such a nuisance in this. Samty looking for an angle, being smart. James biding his time. He can make it down to just 2 teams. James, inch by inch, step by step. But he needs to be careful.
They're causing a distraction.
This bait is nasty. He wants it. James, job done. We're down to the last 2 players. At least for these 2 teams. James is doing well. The fire comes in from Samty. They know where Alliance is, but look at this split from them. Liquid have the north and the south side. Alliance are just covered now in players. The blue will be moving in 10 seconds. Alliance against Liquid. 7 players standing. James, you do not have long to be doing this. Be careful, my friend. Alliance dig their heels in as the nades start to rain in. And look at this angle. It's a bit naughty, isn't it?
There's nowhere to go. He's looking down the barrel. 1 steps up, but he gets nailed himself. That's the knock. Not a lot they can do, but they look uptown because they're going to come down upon them.
Alliance are pushing back out. They know they have a chance for it. They're going to try and hold the line. Liquid need to move towards them now. The blue is on their back. Ibi will need to breach his way down. Spots a player on the edge of the smoke. Oh, excellent shot from Ibiza. Ibiza gets punished. Knocked out, and we're down to 2 for Alliance. Still cowering for cover, hoping to stay alive. Samty on the hunt. Spots out 1. Gets the fire. He knows they've got the time on the blue, and they are cornered in now. Liquid are hungry for this. They want the win to solidify that place in Berlin. That's what they've been aiming for. That's what they've been fighting for, and this is the game to do it. James does get found in the end, but we still have 3 alive for Liquid. Alliance breach the corner, and it's Sigsy, but in the end, it's Liquid to win it out. Sigsy goes down to the zone, and it will be Liquid to win the final moments here at the PUBG Global Invitational EU Qualifiers.
Ibiza, Samty, James and Scoom. GG boys, and welcome to Berlin. Game 15, what a way to solidify your ticket to $2 million finals in Berlin next month. Incredible stuff from Liquid all weekend.